Hey guys, it's Fiona and welcome to my very first ever painting video. I thought it'd be fun to share with you guys one of the witches that I'm painting for the 31-day mashup that I'm doing as part of a Facebook art group. And this one is Carnival Witch with beads. So as soon as I saw that, I thought of Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is one of my favorite holidays of all time. I lived in New Orleans for 9 months and I have an annual Mardi Gras luncheon. And so I immediately thought of that. I have very few stamps, but this stamp that I happen to have with diamonds on it always makes me think of New Orleans. So I took out the 3 Mardi Gras colors, the purple, green, and gold, and here I am just stamping randomly, going. I love how it turned out, but I wish I had been a little bit more intentional when I first started because I was kind of smushing them, or I should have at least practiced, but apparently with all the art that I'm doing, I just dive right in. And so there I am just putting layers down and loving how it's turning out. And I have been sketching out, just sort of blocking out my little designs on a piece of paper, and that went super fast. So let me show you her again. What's funny about those little sketches is that sometimes I get the cutest expressions on the little sketch, and I can't recreate it when it's on the official paper. Although here I'm just using 5x7. I just cut up some cardboard from Amazon boxes, and that's what I'm using for all of my little witches. Obviously I didn't like that first get-go there. The arm didn't really fit in there. So I went back and I'm redrawing with my white pencil on the dark background and trying to get it to look right, but this is all new to me. I've always been creative, but never an artist. I've never been able to paint or draw, and so all of a sudden during the quarantine I started painting to help out a friend of mine, an artist that I've bought artwork from in the past, and obviously the festivals aren't happening, and so she put out doing a Zoom art class, and I signed my sister and I up and kind of took off from there. So here I am laying down the base layer, and as I'm doing it, I'm like, whoa, why is the shoulder way over there? That's not right. So I'm using acrylic craft paints, and you don't have very much time. Once acrylic dries, it is set. But if you catch it fast enough, you can kind of use some water and try to scrub it off. So that's what I did there. Now I'm realizing that the neck is too long, so I'm trying to do my little trick with scrubbing and taking it off. And it's coming off pretty well, so I'm happy with that. I wanted her neck to be a little thinner. So I am just putting on the base layer. Now, I do have fancy acrylic paints, but for this project, I've been just using craft paints. And with all paints, really, they can be sort of transparent. And so I have to add in some white into the paint colors to make them show up a little bit better, especially on a darker background. And I have to many times go over it once or twice to get the opaqueness that I want. There I was using a little bit of white to do some shading too. So here I am with I have 2 erasers. I'm always erasing because again, I'm just kind of not even sure what I'm doing. This is the first time I've done a girl with an open mouth and teeth, so I wasn't really sure how to do that, but I just threw it down there and thought I would see what happened. So I decided to give her a mask, and here you can see where the yellow isn't showing up. It's, needs a couple of different layers. So putting using the layer there, the yellow there, and now I'm putting the white in for the eyes and the teeth, and I'm going to give her a little, I knew I wanted her to hold a red solo cup, and I don't really know a lot about perspective, so you can see later that I didn't really love how the solo cup was looking. I kept fussing with it, and I finally got it the way I wanted it to. But here it looks like she's holding a Guinness. So I'm going in with the yellow, the same yellow on the shirt as well. And I have these little paint pens that I really haven't used that much. I've just used the black and the white. You can see me using the white for a lot of the highlights, and the black I use for outlining a lot of times, but these just happened to be that I had the 3 colors in the paint pen, so I thought that would be perfect for doing the beads because I wasn't sure how I was going to get those little beads in there. And you'll see in a moment when I start to put those on there that I use the paint pens. Again, most things need a couple of layers to cover up the dark background, and so here I am using the dark marker for the outlining, I don't know. I like the way things look. I've always liked that look of sort of the black outline, that whimsical look, and that sort of seems to be part of my style. So obviously I'm not really painting this fast. I have it on time lapse, so it's super speeded up. There I am putting in her eyes and little coming in with that white paint pen. It doesn't always work properly. You have to kind of work it sometimes, but here I am adding the white dot in her eyes. And you guys, I don't know if I never noticed that before, but now that I know that's how you make eyes come alive, I see the white in everybody's eyes. Like when I'm talking to somebody, I'm noticing the reflection in their eyes, and watching a movie, I'm going, oh my gosh, I would never have thought there was like a bright white dot in people's eyes, but there are. So here I am putting in the beads. I want to make sure that she got the big set of beads, the coveted big set, which is so funny because any store on Bourbon Street, you can go in and buy the biggest beads you ever did see, but that's sort of cheating. So it's a lot funner when you catch beads, or I have a special technique that I've talked about in my email out to my list about this past February. I was actually in New Orleans for Mardi Gras before the virus hit, so it's kind of fun for me to be doing this painting here. So now I'm going in and putting some highlights, putting some shadows, and doing the little things that make the painting pop. I really like using a charcoal pencil on my black lines, and then I smudge it out a little bit. It softens it, and I like that look. It's kind of grungy. I kind of like things that are a little bit grungy. Sparkle and grungy, that's what I like. I'm also, apparently I like to have pink rosy cheeks, so I don't know if that's going to be one of my signature things for my art, but I like cheeks and eyelashes. So here I am, and doing some final touches. I'm thinking she's looking pretty good. We have a ritual here at the house where whenever I complete some artwork, I put it out on the special viewing area, and I call Glenn down, and I'm like, look, it's new art. And he comes down, and he's always sharing with me what he loves about it, and I'm always trying to get out of him what I could do better. Here we are, I'm showing it to him. I'm just finishing the little shadows and things, the details that make it come alive. And I show it, and we're looking at it, and he's loving it, and he's, my biggest supporter in everything that I do, really. But all of a sudden, Glenn's like, oh my gosh, she doesn't have hair. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. It was the hair. So I had to go back and add the hair. I'm not going to bore you with all the hair because it took me a while. I couldn't figure out how to do her hair. So I kept messing with it. Now you can see that I've got a bunch of layers down. Then I decided, what the heck, I'm just going to add in some of the purple and the green, and because that would be like, she looks like she'd be one of my friends, and we'd be hanging out at Mardi Gras. She looks like she'd be a lot of fun, so I love how she's turning out. Then I decide that she needs some sparkly earrings, so I'm going to go ahead and give her some earrings there so I can add in the yellow, and I'm pretty happy the way she turned out. And here you can see the final. I ended up fixing the solo cup. I was talking about that earlier. Went back in and added those lines, and super happy with the way she turned out. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Bye for now. Bye.